Welcome to Real Money Talks. Real strategies from the moneymakers and the world changers that you can use to make millions, keep those millions, multiply your wealth, and build your team. Here's your host, author of 5 New York Times bestsellers, money expert on Dr. Phil, CNN, CNBC, The Street TV, Fox News, and The View, Loral Langemeier.
So let's move on to number 4. Optimizing your email marketing for mobile. It's no secret that 80, I'm going to say probably even 90% of people view, consume, create, engage on mobile. It was 80% last time I checked, which was about 6 months ago. It's probably increased to more now. And get this, this is just a side type of a aha. People that are viewing your videos, 80% of them are viewing them without audio. So we'll talk about more video strategies and content marketing strategies as we progress on these marketing trainings, but just know how you set yourself up to send messages is going to determine whether that person actually goes through that customer journey faster, eventually to the conversion stage. So optimizing for mobile, very important. Here's the easy thing for you. Every single CRM out there today is optimized for mobile, so you really don't have to do a lot of work there. Everything will optimize, whether it's on an iPad, some type of an Android device, phone, iPhone, whatever. And then also computers and laptops, obviously. So you don't have to do a lot. What you can do is stack the content in the format you would like it to be viewed, consumed. So for example, if you have an email and you have a bunch of pictures side by side, maybe you had a headline at the top and then you have a headline at the bottom, know that when it goes to mobile form, it's going to push all the content to the left side of the screen and it's going to stack. So if you put a headline and a picture out of order from left to right, and then it pushed the stack to the left, and now people are reading not what they're supposed to read or how that's intended to be consumed, that could be a deterrent for you. So keep in mind, as you're writing your email copy, everything flows left to right. So headline, picture, video, that kind of a thing. One of the cool things about mobile optimizing is you can also include things inside of the email that make things a little bit more attractive. Some CRMs, those customer relationship management tools, allow for you to plug in emojis into the subject headlines. You can also plug in GIFs into the email. So when somebody opens it up, it looks like it's a video playing, or there's animation happening, so somebody can click on that and get drawn to the piece of content. Strategies for how to leverage those types of media for even more consumption. An example would be, let's say you're trying to promote your latest blog or your latest podcast that you posted on your website. What you would do is, in the beginning of the email, you would have some type of a screenshot of the podcast, some type of an image, maybe a GIF, and all of this stuff you can create in Canva. To my knowledge, you are still not able to include video inside of an email and have it click and play inside of an email. Haven't seen it yet. We'll see when that day comes, if that becomes possible. What you have seen, if you see a GIF or if you see an animation or even a video that plays for 2 to 3 seconds, most likely it's a GIF. It's not an actual video. There was one time when I received an email from Best Buy and there was an actual 2 to 3 second clip with audio in the email. But again, me thinking back to it now, I think it was actually more of a GIF. So it was really interesting. Will we see that type of technology in the future? Absolutely. We see more artificial intelligence today and technology to make your life easier when it comes to email marketing strategies. I'm sure pretty soon in the future, we'll be able to get something like that, where somebody gets an email, they consume whatever you want them to consume, and then the call to action will take them to either purchase something or move on to the next step. Which, speaking of the next step, number 5, testing and measuring your campaigns. How do you do this? Why is this important? Well, as you're finding out who your list demographic is, what segments are they receiving, what topics, what are they doing, what are they opening, are they clicking, are they subscribing, unsubscribing, are they jumping in and out from different sequences? You're analyzing this data on a day-to-day to make decisions. If somebody keeps opening your emails, which an awesome open rate is 50 to 80%, a good open rate is 15 to 45%. A bad open rate is 1 to 5%. And again, that's relative to your size. If your list size is 250,000 people and you have a 1% open rate, that's still pretty bad. You want to have 20 to 30%. If you have 100 people and your open rate is 50%, well, your list isn't that big. So it's all relative to the size. But you want to monitor that information and make decisions. So if people are opening and clicking and engaging, it means that they're open to the next step in the conversation. And if they haven't unsubscribed or opted out, then take them to the next step. If somebody opts out or says, hey, don't email me anymore, well, then that's an opportunity for you to get more feedback. Why did you opt out? Why did you unsubscribe? And if you follow the true and tried process that Loral talks about all the time on these calls, is eventually you need to get to the phone. There's going to be enough of a process and result from all the automation, meaning that people will actually go through this entire process. They'll click on something, they'll go to a product, they'll go to a service, they'll go purchase, they'll go to a membership, but then eventually you'll have to then engage even further with that prospect, jump on the phone, get to know them a little bit more and find out what other products and services you can sell to them deeper into your funnel. And then the last one, repeat, rinse and repeat. I can't tell you how many times this isn't a set it and forget it strategy. Marketing is not a set it and forget it strategy. You're constantly working on your business, working on your messaging, working on what you can provide in terms of services, in terms of products, getting feedback from your clients and moving forward. The only way this really ever truly becomes automated is if you did affiliate marketing, which even if you did affiliate marketing and direct sales, you're still working a lot on the front end to do engagement, to look at how people are responding to your automation, to your email marketing, so you can make decisions on how to move them forward. I have to say, yeah, absolutely. So if you guys got a jam, this will be a replay that we'll have right here on the YouTube channel, but then also make sure and send it out to everybody. Yeah. So Loral.
I know. So it's been, how many of you actually, let's give a little score here. How many of you thought that information was valuable? And more importantly, what are you going to do about it? I'm just going down my list. Yep. So a lot of you, if you don't have RMS at this point, you need to get RMS, right, which is Rapid Marketing System. So Steve, do you want to go into that?
Yeah, absolutely. And actually, I wanted to.
So critical, like the whole Ask Loral and Ask RMS is a structured, campaign. And a lot of you, just what you're doing isn't enough system and it isn't enough team. And you all need it. And Jose, you're going to get it in a minute. Looking through here, Don Winkler. Yeah, so a lot of the same people.
Yep, absolutely. Another question before we move on to that too. Frenchie was asking, I have active campaign. Would that be sufficient in joining a third-party CRM? So, well, here's the cool thing about Rapid Marketing System is we include the CRM with Rapid Marketing System access. And as a digital marketer over the past decade, I've used every single system under the sun: Active Campaign, MailChimp, Kartra, Go High Level. I mean, anything and everything under the sun. And what I've found with a lot of different systems is they're missing components. So Active Campaign is great at email automation, but then it's not great at actually prompting them to upgrade into upsells and seamlessly put together the e-commerce process with automation and also putting in that human element into it. So that's just my honest professional opinion from being in marketing for the past decade. And until I see a system outside of the one that we currently use in Rapid Marketing System, which is that Keep system, the Infusionsoft system, we're going to stick with that. Once something else comes up that promises that it does all of the things seamlessly, then we'll definitely look at that. Who knows? I may even have to just go and design our own system. Who knows? But until that time comes, that's where we're at. Now, for those of you that wanted to go and, here's what I want to do. So I do have Justin out there and I have Christina out there. If you guys want to come live and jump on, they're part of our Rapid Marketing System team. And what I want to do is invite them to have a one-on-one with you. So if you are if you have any questions about marketing in your business, how does Rapid Marketing System help you? How does it help grow your team? How does it help you convert more? That's the biggest connection here. So we talk about marketing all the time. You guys are inundated with marketing and programming and what you should do and content, blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera. But one of the things that Loral is 100% known for is get the lead, convert the lead, make money, make sales. That's the connection here, is you're getting tons of proprietary access to Loral's brain in this technology stack with my decade experience as a digital marketer, along with a team that just knows it. They know inside and out what the automation is, what Rapid Marketing System is. We truly can help anybody. There's nobody that we've not yet helped. The only difference is, where are you? What's your commitment? And finally, you know, what's the amount that you've been bleeding because you've been doing things this other direction, and it's time for us to give you that help you with that hand. So.
Well, so Justin, Christine, anything you want to say to the folks as they sign up to have a conversation with you? I'll let both of you just jump in here. Christine actually has worked with the software group. And then I want to go, then the next place I want to go to is give you some creative ideas on how we've used this for even capital raising. Like, just, there's so many ways you can use this for education. Restaurants use it for text marketing. There's not an industry that we wouldn't be creative with you on how to use these technologies. Christina, you want to start? Give them a little.
Yeah,
and then Justin.
absolutely. I'm super excited to talk to all of you. Whether you think you want this system or you're not quite sure, definitely hop on a call and let's jam in it. Like, let's find out where you're bleeding money and get you going and get you to making more money and growing your business. So I'm super excited to talk to all of you.
Thanks, Christina. Yeah, this is Justin Richards. So I'm out of Orlando, Florida. If you guys need any help, you know, definitely book a call. We can look over your situation and make sure it's a perfect fit. Make sure you're putting you in the right systems. Make sure it's going to fit with what you're currently doing as well. If we need to reach out and ask Laura, get some help on with her as well, we can do that. So just let us know what you need from us, and we can, we're here to support you.
Perfect. Awesome. So I put the scheduling link there into the chat. I think what also might be a good idea is, Justin and Christina, if you guys want to put your emails into the chat and just say, hey, just connect with me one-on-one, go ahead and do that and spend some time with them. If you need me to jump on that call, then just say, hey, you know, is it cool if we get Steve on here? Because maybe I have some other questions, or, you know, how can this work for me? Or how can we, you know, do some automation? And the way you want to think about Rapid Marketing System is, you're currently spending time and money doing something. You've hired a team, you've got a technology stack that you're currently utilizing. You're going to use something because you're committed to your business, you're committed to growing, you're committed to making more money. That's going to be with you for the entire life of that business. If you are just sort of interested in not really creating something, that's probably a conversation we can still have, but, you know, you make that judgment call. You're committed to a business, you're committed to making money, you're in this community. Laurel's committed, we're committed. Justin, Christina, we're committed. So let's jump on a call and help you.
Well, and I think the one thing, a lot of you, you're content creators. Like, I just had a private client here for several hours, and that's all we talked about, is you're not creating enough content to even be on social channels to then pull it back in to a system. So you can have all these followers. Like, we just passed 600,000 on TikTok. That's great. But unless we pull them out of TikTok and put them into our system, then we can't really work with them. We can't monetize them. We can't, you know, direct our marketing to them. And what do we do? And why are we a better option than them just scrolling around on TikTok or Instagram? So there's a whole social component that we'll be teaching you on how much content. And that's really, I think, as Steve and I have been doing this for a while. And Christina, you've been there. Like, the owner has got to content create a lot, and you're going to be repeating yourself. Like today, I did one video 5 different ways for 5 different social channels. It's just like, you know, because one's 30 seconds, one's, you know, 1 minute, one's this way. So for you, I would, you know, Steve and I will say as your coach on the content side of what do you do and how do you repurpose it. But the system side is something that's not replaceable. You have to have the wireframes and the campaign, the proprietary campaign builder to make sure that you have the campaigns. And you're getting 6 of mine. Like, I can't tell you enough. Like if you want cash flow, it's got to come from somewhere. And a lot of people that come to us are employees. They have no idea how a sales happens. Like marketing is the answer to everything. It creates the lead, you create the sale, and that creates your cash flow. So if you need more money, you have to double down on this side. You do. Anything else you guys want to say? Christine, you've been, supporting people in this software for years, if not decades.
Yeah. I've been working at Keep and Infusionsoft for over 10 years. So I've helped hundreds of small businesses grow and seen them just really be able to double their cash very quickly using automation. And I totally agree with Loral. Content is king. You've got to always be creating content. And there's a great analogy that Steve gave about Gary Vee, always creating the content. So you definitely have to do that. And you have to have automation in your business, because you can't sit there and do it manually and expect to run your business at the same time. It's just not going to happen. So if you want to be able to make more money and want to be able to grow your business, book a call with us.
And any marketing questions, we're here every Wednesday from 4 to 5. So I hope you're enjoying this. This is our second call of our launch of our rapid marketing system this way, so we can just start talking to you. And there'll be more and more people joining as we continue our navigation through helping you. If you don't do this, here's what I always say. I love my kind of closing, statements. So it's just, if you're not doing this, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
You can't Band-Aid together a bunch of systems that don't have the proper automation and campaign structure to it. Can't Band-Aid that together, even with your hard, core programmer, which we have. I mean, Andrews can do that. He's a hard coder. He can code from nothing and still wouldn't do all this crazy stuff. We couldn't even pay him to do this. This would be like, why? It's off the shelf. That'd be like you trying to go to QuickBooks and say, I need a bookkeeping system, but I'm going to go over here and I'm going to get spreadsheets, and I'm going to hope those spreadsheets do the same thing as QuickBooks. That's kind of the same thing as a lot of those email automation systems, which, we won't name all their names besides Aweber, MailChimp, Constant Contact, and all that. I mean, you're trying to make something that isn't, like, you can't make it. You can't make cookies out of steak. You can't make, you can't make what it's not going to do.
Absolutely.
Are there questions or just going on? Are there questions just in general from the Ask RMS site? We can just do a few general questions in our last few minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. So I did notice there's a few of you out on YouTube. We didn't forget about you. We have somebody that said, hey, what are some great companies to utilize for postcards and email text? One of the ones that Loral had mentioned was send out cards. So we do have the capacity to automate that also with this system. I put a link into the chat. It's askloral.com/cards if you're interested in learning more about that. As far as email and texting, here's the cool thing about the CRM that we utilize inside of Rapid Marketing System is you can do it all inside of that. Not only can you do text messaging, but we're also going to do that email automation for you. Question, Chad. Chad said, hey, I try to share content with my contacts, longtime friends. They either delete me or they no longer respond to my email and or calls. And this is the classic approach to the direct sales. I'm going to say discombobulation, right? Because we get excited about direct sales. We get excited about being an affiliate marketer or just sharing products and services. And where is the first avenue to try and get some success? We go to our family, we go to our friends, and we say, hey, check out this stuff, support me, buy my stuff. And the true idea behind that is you need to go the other direction. You need to actually work on marketing, get email marketing, even do some ad spend and get people into trying the product, trying the service, continue to educate them about why this is great, what result they'll get, and then going in that direction. In most cases, those that are closest to us won't necessarily want to be a part of it because they're just not interested in the product. So you can't blame them for that. You have to find people that are. And if any of you have seen that meme that's out on social media right now, it's like I keep forgetting who his name is, but he says, if you have friends and family that have businesses, he prompts you to go and support them and go and buy their stuff and go do things like that. But we say go in a different direction, is find the leads, find the people that are actually interested in that product and service and get them to try it first. And then those are the people that are actually going to build that business, become your continuity, and increase your revenue.
Yeah.
Let me get some more questions from our rapid marketing system. In the meantime, while I pull
One
these up,
question that just, constantly comes up on other channels. If you could pick one, what would you pick? Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, LinkedIn? I'd say it kind of industry, depends. But which one would you say, Steve, right now, given what's going on in the growth of these companies?
so I always recommend you do 3. So there's obviously more. There's over 60 different social media channels. Some of them I don't even know where, what, or why they exist. Some of them are very niche into that audience. And if you're in that audience, by all means, that's where you're going to find your people. I recommend that you still go to TikTok. It's still the fastest growing social platform that will allow you to almost instantly get a following and almost instantly create leads. And it's still the wild, wild west out there. So similar to how when first Facebook started, you could pretty much do anything out there and get a bunch of leads and people can, buy with one click. That's not the case anymore, but you can still be successful. So TikTok would be my first choice. Second choice is still going to be Facebook, Instagram, same company, same platform. They're trying to make it the same platform anyway. But it's easy to leverage the features that they want you to use right now to get followers, to create engagement, and then take them off and put them in your database. And then the third one, most of you will gravitate to LinkedIn because that's where your professional contacts are. However, that's even more being inundated with in-mail messages and promoters and recruiters, and it's starting to become a little of a mess out there, but it's still a great platform to connect with professionals and do joint ventures, JVs, and even just pull leads off without having to spend a lot of advertising dimes to convert them. Yeah. And then the last one I'll say is YouTube, but you have to make that's its own career. That's its own job. That's
priority.
Its own priority. So yeah.
Okay.
Okay, awesome.
I think we are good. So we'll see you next week, 4 to 5. Invite other friends and people that you know that need marketing. And yeah, we're in the marketing business because we're in the money business, and you're not making money without darn good marketing. So that's why we've straddled in this last year, and we are going for it to support you. The more of you that get on this, structure and system, the more success you're going to have. Promise. So set up an appointment, and appreciate all of you.
Appreciate you. Thanks, everyone. Look out for the emails of what topics we'll cover next week. Those will be coming out to you very soon. Until then, we'll see you in the next training.
Thank you.
Thanks, Laurel. Thanks, Justin. Thanks, Christina. Bye, everyone.
Thanks for listening to the Real Money Talks podcast. Your host has been Loral Langemeier, author of 5 New York Times bestsellers, money expert on Dr. Phil, CNN, CNBC, The Street TV, Fox News, and The View. Want to learn more about off-Wall Street investing, tax strategies, and multi-million-dollar business strategies? Visit liveoutloud.com/podcast for past episodes, show notes, and resources. For some special wealth-building gifts only for Loral's podcast listeners, visit liveoutloud.com/podcast gifts. Do you have a burning question for Loral? Visit askloral.com to submit your question, and it may just be covered on a podcast episode. So stay tuned and be sure to subscribe to get new episodes every week.